Alright, I'm performing a micron test, deep vacuum test for not a real long duration. As you can see, we're already into it, 41 minutes. I'm below 130 microns, and it's been data grafting it out right here. I have all the hoses hooked up. I have the refrigerant charging hose hooked up to this port, and your vacuum one to this port. As you can see, I have both the charging hoses, high and low, to a T right here. It's a solid metal T with no breaks in it or nothing. We have new gaskets, and we have nylog on the gaskets for sealing. These hoses have been in use for the last couple weeks. You've seen it in the previous video where I put a protective coating on the hoses of some of the shrink tubing on here to just try to lengthen the lifetime of the hoses, because I go through hoses every couple months. So here's the micron gauge, the 552i Testo, and it is wirelessly linked up to give us this tracking reading right here over a graph over time. So let's stop it where it says stop. Stop. Okay, so we're at a stop right now at 120 microns, and so actually, let's start new. Okay, so now we're starting a new one. So now it's starting to graft. And if you see right down here in the corner, they should be coming out now because it's going real slow. I am starting a new one. You can see I'm 15 seconds into it. And you can see slight little bar under the 200 starting to get longer. Let's see if I can zoom on it right there. You see under the 200 where it's a flat line coming out there? That's that 120 microns. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn off the vacuum source. So we will just be reading the vacuum that is trapped in the manifold and down these two hoses that come to a deadhead and T right into the micrometer, where it'll be reading vacuum through this micrometer. Micrometer, that's the mechanical. So let's do that. Let's turn off the vacuum. One, that's off. Two, we no longer have a vacuum source. Now let's read and watch over time. So we're about roughly 16 or 17 seconds, 18 seconds when I turned the last valve off. And as you can see, it is losing its vacuum rather rapidly. And it's had over 45 minutes of being on vacuum, below 200 microns. Now, since it looks like I'm going, I already did, I broke the 500 micron point within a minute, so that's a definite fail. How can you use a set of gauges with vacuum hoses on it or refrigerant charging hoses on a system and try to do a vacuum decay test like this? So you go, why did it fail?